All right, all right. What is going on, everyone? Welcome to Spiritual Happy Hour here on Thursdays at 7:30 Eastern Standard Time or Eastern Daylight Time, whatever. New York time, a New York minute. So welcome, welcome. How is everyone doing? I hope everyone's having a great week so far. A lot of exciting things going on here over in my world. And if you are into spirituality, which you probably are since you are watching this, I am interviewing other people on my shows, and I'm launching this in mid-June, and I literally have, let me sage the cards. I literally have 6 people already lined up for a show to go on to Galactic Light Happy Hour. Super stoked. We're so excited. I literally have comedians, I have astrologers, I have dating coaches, I have, resetting your nervous system. I have everything. I'm literally so blessed. So if you are interested in being on the show, please message me. If you know me, you know how to get a hold of me. If you don't, go to my Instagram, Kirsa Brenner. Send me a message, blah, blah, blah. Super stoked about everything. This channel it's literally so much fun right now because it's in the infancy of creating a strong foundation and collaborating with everybody and just really amplifying good vibes, a place to go to hang out and have fun. And it's not like, Instagram models or blah, blah, blah. It's more like, let's be real, like beach balance life. Like I literally was in the ocean today. I still have ocean hair. My hair probably tastes like salt. Actually it does. But so super stoked. So I go live twice a week. And if you don't know, please subscribe to the channel. If the subscribe button is red, please click the thumbs up. It helps drive out the good vibes into the algorithm of YouTube and just helps build a community. That's what I want to do, is I want to build a community because where I am locally, I don't have one. Everyone's asleep here. So I literally need to go out to the internet and say, hey, let's high vibe together, right? So hey, Tammy, how are you? What's going on? Did you get my message? Oops. Did you get my message that on Tuesdays, my love forecast show, I'm starting to go back to 7:30 p.m. because I don't like to be up waiting to go live until 9 or 10 o'clock at night. I literally have stuff to do during the day. I've got to get my beauty rest. So both my shows on Tuesdays and Thursdays are now at 7:30 Eastern Standard Time. Awesome. I love it. I love it. How are you doing, love? What's going on? So I wanted to talk a little bit about the astrology, and I want to break this down where we're not sitting here talking about degrees and this and that, but I do want to say, so right now, Venus left Gemini and is now in Taurus. Okay. So conjuncting the sun in Taurus, in the domicile of Taurus is ruled by Venus, right? So, oh my gosh, I totally messed it up. That's Mercury. But so Venus is still in Gemini. Weird meetings. It's like the duality of the good twin and the bad twin. So in your love life, you could be experiencing, wherever this is hitting your chart, obviously, you could be experiencing upheavals, truths coming to light, rude awakenings, or the other swing of the pendulum would be chance meetings, beautiful energy, and really tuning into that love at first sight. But with Mercury conjuncting the sun right now in Taurus is literally saying, okay, be grounded in the way you speak and speak from your heart. If you're not speaking from your heart, it's not going to go well. Because I only say that because if you're trying to force something or you're trying to speak too logically right now with the astro weather, if you will, you're going to end up not being authentic. And this whole channel is all about being authentic and being truthful and being steadfast, right? So stepping into that energy and honoring it, right? What's up, Dave? How are you? Did you get my message back? You silly goose. I'm not going to tell the internet where I am. Come on. Honestly. But happy to have you on here. What's going on? You didn't know I responded back to your comment asking where I was when I posted the video for the moon signs in love. And I'm like, you can text me and I'll tell you where I am, right? I'm not going to say that on YouTube. People are real, stalkers are real, right? Oh, love you. I love you, Dave. You're awesome. By the way, I don't know, you're just tuning in. I'm starting to interview people on my channel. I have this whole series I'm activating called Galactic Light. And I already have 6 people lined up for interviews. And I have astrologers, comedians, which I am also a comedian and I do improv. So we're going to do an improv show. And then I have people for dating coaches that are coming on my show. And this is launching mid-June. So if you want to collaborate and do something cool in the Ghost in the Graveyard, let me know. Would be super stoked to have you on the channel. My first guest, she's awesome. Her name is Haley Tanner, and we connected, and she does nervous system regulation and also and she also does nervous system regulation, and it comes to attachment styles. Like when you're dating, you have an anxious attachment or avoidant attachment, and how to regulate that within yourself. So we're going to dive into that. I'm going to take my intuition, and then we're going to also pull cards at the end and do like a tag team of readings. So it's going to be super cool. That is June 16th. I'll post about it. I'll put the the thumbnail of the upcoming shows, of the upcoming live streams. So super stoked about that. That's going to be awesome. Tammy, I'm doing great. I spent some time with Mother Ocean today and looked at the blue sky, did some meditation and some prayer and manifesting, and super excited to see what's coming on the horizon. And then also I'm just thinking about everything else that's going on in the sky right now. We still have Jupiter in Cancer until July. So wherever Jupiter or wherever Leo is in your chart, your natal chart. If you don't know your natal chart, it's always good to go to, I go to Cafe Astrology. You can just Google natal chart for free. You just need to know your birth time, where you're born, etc. And it will give you the all the information on where the planets were when you were born. And then once you have that memorized, you can start tuning in to the energies of the current transits and how it's actually going to affect you on a personal level without actually having to get an astrology reading, which please, by all means, get an astrology reading. I do astrology. I read astrology charts. I do intuitive readings. But I think that it's always good to educate people to step into their power of, you can also put all these puzzle pieces together, right? But yeah, we still have all these planets in Aries. The moon's in Aries right now, and Mars is still in Aries. Saturn, obviously, Neptune, and then Chiron. So we're not going to see that transition of Chiron here for a little bit longer into the year. That will go into Taurus, which I'm super stoked, because right now I'm having a Chiron return. And if you don't know, Chiron is the wounded healer, and literally it only comes around once every 50 years in your chart, and as your return, and you will literally have some massive healing. Oh, you have Jupiter in Leo. Tammy, that's awesome. Wait, so I do know this, but I can't recall at the top of my head. Your rising sign is oh my gosh, I'm trying to remember. That was a month ago. But I'm curious to see what house Jupiter or Leo is for you. Let me know if you know offhand. And yeah, so let's burn some sage. Get some good vibes here. Oh, that's right, Sagittarius. That's right. I don't know. I was thinking Capricorn, but I love it. Let's see. So yeah, so Leo, if you were doing whole house signs, I do Placidus, but I do whole sign for prosperity. In your ninth house, so you're going to expand in travel, you're going to expand in education, you're going to expand this worldliness to put yourself out there to teach people, also with like Aquarius in your third house, communication and being abstract in your communication. I would love to talk to you more about that. That's awesome. Okay, so now that we've saged the place, I'm going to close it out with some Palo Santo, because close the portal of burning all of the negative energies out of my place, out of the studio here, and then closing it up so it can release itself. So we'll sage everybody here. Yep, wash it over your head, brush it in your heart. All right, that being said, so let's go into the collective reading and see what we all need to know right here, right now. And I also wanted to say thank you for everybody who's here. Oh, Leo 8th house. Okay. Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah, okay. Which is actually going to be, expansion in other people's money, other people's partnerships, and like how you're getting your resources are going to come through other people. It's going to expand. So maybe it's time for you to actually lay your hair down and be like, oh, someone's going to actually like bring prosperity and luck to you, depending on your actual chart, because Jupiter can also be a little, expansive and vindictive, just like a Gemini, right? You have both ends of the spectrum, right? So the planets are also like that too. So everyone always thinks that, oh, Jupiter's the, Uncle Jupe, the good luck uncle who brings all the gifts and everything. But there's also a dark side, right? So making sure, and especially since 8th house is ruled by Scorpio, you want to make sure that you are really going into the depths of the right depths and the right rabbit holes, right? Hi, big brother. How are you? I love you. I love you long time. Okay, so let's do the collective reading. Let's see what's going on for this coming week for Spiritual Happy Hour messages for you. All right, so I'm getting the Knight of Cups. So this is awesome. This is for the collective. So the Knight of Cups is literally like an offer of emotional fulfillment, someone bringing something to you, someone saying, here is my love, I declare to you, etc. Right? And yes, Scorpio's. Oh, Dave, are you Scorpio? Yes, you are. Okay. My brother Bob is a Scorpio too. I swear I'm surrounded by Scorpios. I don't even know. My mom, my brother, love it. So the Knight of Cups is really indicating that there's an offer coming. There's something that's going to be like, I think of like the Knight in Shining Armor when I think about this card, like coming in, like offering you things, but still you need to use your discernment. So I think how that represents with the energies right now, it's indicating that you need to make sure that you have inner balance between the masculine and feminine within yourself, the yin and yang, or yin and yang. I'm starting to say yang, but it's yin and yang, because there's an opportunity when you're balanced out. And it's funny because I just pulled the welcome the new. So welcoming in the new of what is coming to us, what's being presented with this gift, with this chivalrous gift, right? And so typically, like when we are offering or accepting something new, we could be a little bit like, I don't know. But here's the thing, if you use discernment and you tune into your nervous system and regulate it, right, you are able to listen to your intuition and the thoughts that are coming through, because your intuition comes through as a statement in your mind. When you say, I don't know what to do about this situation, boom, you're going to get a statement. But fear, on the other hand, is going to come over as a question of like, I don't know if I'm good enough, me, right? So having that confidence of like listening to your intuition and that steadiness is going to help move you forward. So let's see what the Pure Ocean Heart deck has to say. I made these cards. I love them. Love, love, love them. They're channeled with dolphin energy. You're exactly in the space where you need to be right now. So this is for everybody in the collective, balancing things out. It's okay if one day we're a little bit more on the emotional side and the other day we're a little bit more on the analytical side. That's the masculine and feminine energies within ourselves. And when we and it's always going to be like, it's kind of like yoga. When you're doing a pose, you can't sit in a pose and be perfect, because otherwise you'd be frozen, right? You want to do micro adjustments. So you're kind of like always micro adjustment to move things forward, to get to where you need to be, to get deeper into that pose and deeper into that feeling. So that's what I have for the collective. Woohoo! All right, let's see Scorpios of the world. I think of like Real Genius, Dave. And the end of the movie when they're doing the big popcorn thing in the house of everyone wants to rule the world. Okay, so let's see who's coming out of the cup first. The freestyle of Supreme Cup. Libra. All right, Libra. What's going on, Libra? So I'm writing on the timestamps. So if you don't see this, you can always come back during the week and listen to these messages, and you'll see, you can just go right to the timestamp. Really, Tammy? I love that. Amazing. Yeah, Scorpios are awesome. All right, so Libra, what do you need to know for this coming week? The Knight of Wands. So this is different from the Knight of Cups that I just did for the collective. The Knight of Cups is a little bit more emotionally involved. The Knight of Wands, in and out. Let's get cracking. There is zero grass underneath his feet, right? He is like the player of the tarot deck. So this is interesting, Libra. So there could be some information coming in, an offer, but you definitely need to use some discernment with this, because it's going to either, you want to stay even within yourself. So how you're going to channel this energy is literally doing things that make you happy. Playing with your inner child and like going out dancing, dancing under the moonlight, playing in the ocean, watercolors, drinking a bottle of wine, and like dancing for 5 hours in your apartment or your house, whatever that is. That's what's going to help calibrate you and get these messages coming in to discern what it is this Knight of Wands is going to be bringing into you, and if it's good and healthy for you. In addition to that, we have tune your frequency to a higher vibration. So this is indicating, listen, okay, if you are in a lower vibration, if you're feeding things into your mind garden, you're not going to be able to manifest the things you want, right? If you're feeding it with negative music, with horrible music lyrics, with sad movies and things about like detriment and horror, you're going to manifest more of that. So this is like, you have to tune your energy to a higher vibration to be like, hey, listen, because when you vibe high, the sun will burn off all the lower energies and it won't even touch you. Okay. So that's what I have for Libra. All right. Next is Cancer. It's so funny. This is like the third show that Cancers have been in the second or third front row. I love it. All right, let's see what the Cancers have to do. Little crabbies. Oh, the sun card. I love this. This is literally like emotional bliss and happiness and just like hanging out and having that therapy that you get when you are out in the like the elements in nature. Horse therapy could be very significant for you this week. Horse therapy is awesome. When you hang out with horses, it literally cleanses your energy because they are so intuitive that they can tell if you're in a high vibe or a low vibe. And like if you're high vibe, they'll come to you. If you're low vibe, they'll be like, bye, don't want anything to do with you. So in addition to that, we have spiritual growth. So this could be indicating that there are, with this emotional bliss that you have being out in the sun and having fun, and also like taking care of your inner child is going to help you grow more spiritually. A lot of people forget about their inner child. And if you could talk to your 5-year-old self right now, and you could say, this is where I am, your 5-year-old self would be like, well, I thought we were going to travel the world or scuba dive or be a professional yogi or whatever, right? So tuning into that energy of like what really makes your heart happy is going to really propel you forward this week. In addition, we have release the need to know the outcome. So this is like literally surrendering. Oh my God. Like when you surrender, I was in the ocean today and I literally surrendered and let go of some things. I gave an offering to the ocean and watched it sail out as the tide was going out. And I'm like, thank you for the lessons. I bless you, love you. Don't need to know the outcome, because this is what's going to bring me in a steadfast position of standing in my own sovereignty, right? So that's, I think, the message for you, Cancers, all right? All right. What's everyone drinking tonight? I'm drinking peppermint water. Yum. Okay. It is spiritual happy hour. No judgments. Oh, a lot of peppermint in that sip. Okay, next we have Leo. Leo, sun, moon, or rising. What's going on, Leos? I'm a Leo rising. That's why I love being on YouTube. All right, and on stage in general, honestly. All right, Leos, let's see what's happening. Ooh, okay, so I see that there's a lot of work you're putting into something right now, something you're building, something that is indicating that you've planted the seed and it's taken a while to manifest and you've been waiting. But with this card, now you're starting to see how things are going to unfold. So you're putting more work into it because like, wait a minute, I'm starting to see some traction happening, right? Yes, that's Maria's sign, right, Bobby? Adult children. This is funny because this card can be taken a couple different ways, but in this energy is with all this Venus energy of tapping back into the divine feminine within your soul and balancing out the yin and yang within your body. This is indicating that literally you need to tend to your inner child as if it were an adult child. Like you want your child to grow. You want them to learn, right? You don't want them to be an adult child. No one wants to take care of an adult child. Okay. So tapping into that energy of like working on yourself, working on your investments, because this is indicating on the monetary side of things, working on things. So making sure that you're also taking care of yourself in regards to not playing the victim. All right. In addition, we have in the current energy, a favorable outcome is in the forecast. So this is awesome. Literally, you're on your way. Keep going. Don't get distracted by people that are playing victim and need help and whatever. Keep on your path, because otherwise you will get distracted and they'll take you on a side quest. 100%. People always do that, right? So protect your energy this week, Leo. All right. Okay, let's see who's next. All right, Capricorn. Oh, my favorite. I have a couple of Capricorns. My favorite one. She's not online tonight, but she'll watch the after show. and get her message. But this is for Capricorns in general. So, Okay. Ooh, okay. So the Page of Pentacles, this is an offer coming in, a message about something monetary coming in. Pages are messengers. So there's something you're going to receive that's a little bit more of a solid foundation. This isn't like something that is like the King of Pentacles or the Knight or the Queen, right? The page is literally like the opening band, right? So this could be something that is presenting itself to you. However, it has an opportunity to grow and prosper. I feel like this is definitely monetarily for you, like Capricorn. You have to tell me in the comments. Yes, there's a lot of healing from the past. So in order for this, maybe couldn't feel like a big offer because, or it's not coming in, or you're not perceiving it because you're still closed off in your mind where you're not letting the gifts come in, right? The whole idea with this feminine energy is to receive, right? Receiving is the hardest thing for people to do, is to receive love. You can give compliments all day, blah, 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 but you have to be comfortable receiving it back, letting people take care of you without feeling like you have to reciprocate just to be tit for tat, right? All right, let's see what the Pure Ocean Heart deck has to say for you. I forgive you, I forgive myself. So this card, when I did this card, I made these cards literally like, I don't know, 7 years ago. But if you go on YouTube, I feel like, and I talked about this last week too, is the Ho'oponopono, which is the Hawaiian chant of I forgive you, I forgive myself, I love you, I love me. And when you repeat that over and over again, because we're all divinely intertwined, right? So like forgiving yourself is also forgiving somebody else and vice versa, right? A lot of people think that, oh, if I forgive somebody, then they're going to, they're going to get away with, what they did or whatever. No. The magic sauce is when you forgive, you totally release, surrender, let go, let God, and it will all come through for you, 100%. All right, let's see who's next. All right, Aries. Ooh, I love my Aries. I'm an Aries. I know another Aries in the chat. Tammy, what's going on? Okay. Let's see. Aries, Sun, Moon, or Rising. What do you need to know for this upcoming week? Okay. The Knight of Wands. Oh, this is also very fire energy. But what I had mentioned before from the collective reading from the Knight of Cups, which is more emotional and fun, the Knight of Wands is in and out. Let's get cracking. I always think of West Side Story. Let's get cracking, right? Because when you're a jet all the way. From your first cigarette to your last dying day. And I did that last week. I know, Bobby, you're going to laugh at me. So with that being said, there could be some messages coming in, someone coming in really quick. You need to use discernment. And it says, take the next step now. So this is indicating someone could come in with the message or a delivery of something, and you're like, wait a minute, now I know which direction to take based on their energy, right? It could put you on one path or another path. Like, what's your highest path? That's where you need to go in that direction. So I feel like even though that this like erratic energy is coming in, it's going to point you in the direction you need to make the decisions to take the next step. In addition, look at this, a situation with pure intentions. I love this card. So this is looking at something as opposed to looking through your logical mind, look through your heart, right? And look at the higher purpose. Look at the higher ground that people are on. Like for me, I'm an Aries, so I can say this right now during the reading. I can literally see someone's highest self, and I know exactly everything they need to do to reach their highest potential but I can't step in because that's not my job. And it may not be in this lifetime that they achieve those things, right? But I literally can see anybody. Like I read the room. And it's also based on my astrological chart too. So I have a lot of gifts and I'm really grateful. But looking at the situation with pure intentions, but I also want to say on the flip side, Aries, make sure you're not being overthrown by looking at the situation with your pure intentions where you're not using discernment, because people will run right over you if you let them. All right, let's see who's next. All right, Aquarius, what's going on, Aquas? I love Aquarius. Aquarius, sun, moon, or rising. Let's see what's going on for you this week, this coming week. Yes, absolutely, Tammy. They do try, but you know what? We got them clocked. All right, so, okay, so the Page of Wands. So not the same as the Knight of the Wands, but this is more of a fiery energy. It could be a text message or an email or something that's going to maybe agitate you a little bit, that has a little bit of heat behind it. And with that coming through, let's see what area that's going to generally speak to you. Yes, so this could be something coming in that could spark a little bit of that agitation of past memories, or even like past life memories where you're like, I don't even know where this is coming from. But this is saying it's okay, right? What did I talk about surrendering? Ho'oponopono. Go look it up. There's a million different things you can listen to on YouTube. And I put them on my iPad at night, and I subconsciously listen to it. And so it keeps me centered and grounded, right? So like memories, there could be a memory that's popping up this week that's going to make you feel a little agitated, but let's see what the Pure Ocean Heart deck has to say for you. Ooh, the underwater cave is hiding something, so explore it. So this is saying, listen, something could be going on that's like making you feel that, something's not right. So I need to explore more of this. I need more information. So do some fact finding this week. Get as much information as you can before you make a decision. And you know, it could be something from the past, like with the memories card, right? But it's indicating you need more information to move forward. I'm not going to leave you on that. I'm going to pull another card for you because I don't like to leave people hanging like that. Ooh, okay, interesting. It says it's safe for me to forgive. What did I just say? Ho'oponopono, right? So, so whatever this is, whatever you find out, whatever comes to light, especially with the full moon in Scorpio last weekend or 2 weekends ago, and now we're coming up to the new moon, you know, it's literally going to drive things in a direction where I'm just looking, yeah, the new moon is actually happening tomorrow. Yeah, the next couple of days in Taurus. So and Taurus is ruled by Venus, which is like the goddess of love. So stepping into that energy of using your heart space rather than your logical mind, which is like the masculine energy. Go into your heart space, which is the feminine energy. All right, I hope that makes sense. All right, love and light. Let's see who's next. All right, Pisces, sun, moon, or rising. What's going on, Pisces? Oh, my little fishies, the duality of the fish. And there's nothing wrong with that because they're very similar to Gemini, which is also duality. But if I had my pick, I'd probably be a Pisces. That's because I'm a Pisces moon. Anyway, so let's see what Pisces need to know this week. Ooh, okay. So, wow. So the Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune is turning in your favor. Things are moving forward in a direction. This is such an interesting card because this tarot deck is called the Vice Versa Tarot. It's like super cool. And it has so many different meanings in it. And it literally, you know, but it's saying, okay, you have the goddess, probably Venus or Cleopatra, looking over, spinning the wheel, because what what must go up also comes down, right? So the tables will always turn. So things will come to light. If there's been something hidden from you or something been going on behind the scenes, trust and know that your ancestors and your spirit guides and your angels and God will absolutely let you know, no matter what, because what's done in the dark will always come to light. So that being said, we have emotions. So this could like drop a lot of emotions for you because it's not exactly what you were expecting. Or it could be something that's going to give you positive emotions where you're like, oh my gosh, I wasn't thinking about this, but let's go, let's do it. Because when it's a hell yes, it's a yes, you move forward, right? And when it's a no, you're like, hard pass. Okay. All right. Ooh, the current is pulling me in the direction I need to know right now or head right now. So no matter where these emotions are taking you, especially Pisces and that like swimmish, that swimmy water, like let's just go to La La Land. The current is still going to take you where you need to go. So it's okay to just chill it out and just relax, right? Go with the flow. Go downstream. Don't try to go upstream. You're not a salmon, okay? Just chill. Go downstream. All right, Pisces, sun, moon, or rising. Let's see who's next. All right, now we have Taurus. Taurus, sun, moon, or rising. What's going on, Taurus? Let's see what your messages are for this upcoming week. That's right, Tammy. Ooh, okay. So we have the Empress card. So this could be like literally, so you have in the suit of the tarot, you have the kings and queens, and then you have the Hierophant and the High Priestess, and then you also have the Empress and the Emperor, right? Who are like the upper echelon of emotional intelligence, right? And understanding what it takes to be patient and tuning into this energy, because it's going to give you, when you can stand back and say, wait a minute, I know what's going on. I'm not going to let this pull my emotions down this path or this direction like whiplash. This is Empress energy. So standing in that Empress energy this week is going to really benefit you. Let's see what the additional messages are. Okay, so this is interesting. So body changes. So to me, this card, this means metamorphosis to me. Like you have the caterpillar who goes into the chrysalis, turns into mush, and then comes out a beautiful butterfly. So wherever you are, this is going to give you an opportunity to transform this energy with this patience that is backing you up with this knowledge, inner knowledge of like, hey, if I'm patient and I bide my time, things will absolutely transform on my behalf. Hey, Bill, how are you? Love and light. Happy to see you. All right. In addition, we have diligent follow through is needed. So this is great because when you have diligent follow through, this is indicating that, okay, you know you're in the middle of a transformation. Oh, yeah. But you're not going to give up. You're going to let things unfold naturally with the patience of the Empress, right? The Empress is strong, steady, steadfast, highly emotional intelligent. So I really feel that this week, whatever you're doing, have some diligent follow through and let things unfold naturally. Okay. Boom. All right. Let's see who's next. All right. Now we have Sagittarius. Sagittarius, sun, moon, or rising. What's going on, little Saggies? All right. Okay. Let's see what your messages are for this upcoming week. All right. Ooh, Sagittarius. Interesting. So, okay. So I had two cards pulled out, but the one that's standing out to me is the Two of Wands. So this is indicating that when you have the Ace of Wands, it's like striking the match, like the beginning of spring. But when you have the Two of Wands, if you notice he has one of the staffs in his hand and the other one's behind him. I don't know if you guys can tell, but he has to make a decision. What is he going to leave behind in order to make a plan to move forward, right? Where does he see himself in that trajectory of the Emperor of the Sun going into the sunset and planning and that journey, right? So what do you need to leave behind in order to move forward for your highest good, to actually, transpire and grow. All right. Yes. So motivation. What is your motivation? So you could be stuck between the yin and yang energy, or the duality of Uranus and Gemini right now. Of, am I going to go this way or am I going to go this way? Right. But you need to tune in on what is your soul's purpose? What is your soul's motivation to move forward? And that's the direction you need to go. You need to step out of the matrix and step into your heart space, get out of your mind, stop overthinking things, get in your heart space and manifest, take the steps forward. And with the motivation, that means no delay, no like hanging out and waiting for things to happen. You need to co-create with the universe. All right. So yes, be conscious of your communication. So communication is key. I mean, if you think about it, like this whole Pure Ocean Heart deck is all about dolphin energy, intuition, sonar, right? And being in your CIA mind, right? So being conscious of what you're saying, because if you're just blabbing stuff and you have diarrhea of the mouth, you're not going to be in alignment with what the motivation is to move forward to your heart's desire and your true purpose this week. So I hope that makes sense, Sagittarius. If you haven't said hello in the chat, please do. Love it. I love everybody who's been an OG, new OGs, and love it that this is all growing. So next we're moving on to Virgo. So when I do the interview starting June 16th, the girl that I have on, she's actually a triple Virgo. And I was like, what? You hardly ever hear people with their sun Virgo, their moon Virgo, and their rising sign Virgo, or any of the signs. And so when you do meet one, I've only met the only other triple that I've met is a Capricorn. And that was super cool too. So really cool. It's going to be a really cool show. Please join, watch out for that. And then, yeah, it's going to be amazing. All right. So Virgo, sun, moon, or rising, what do you need to know right now? Okay. The 10 of Pentacles, as I drop it, the 10 of Pentacles is like the ultimate emotional happiness, but with a solid foundation monetarily, reaching the land of milk and honey, and then having the steadfast foundation of what you built coming to life, retirement, right? Or moving things forward where you're like, hey, I can hang out here with my white dog. This could be significant for a Virgo. Let me know in the chat or the comments below. But this could indicate that you are sitting basically on your throne, right? Very similar to the King of Pentacles. Pentacles is all about monetary. All right, let's see what this actually means for you. The motivation card, right? So what is motivating you to sit on your throne and like understand that what you've been building is taking you to where you want to go, and also providing that solid foundation to move things forward, to have that steady ground? Because if you don't have a solid foundation in anything, it's like building a house of cards, right? And if you guys have seen that on Netflix, there you go. All right, let's see what the Pure Ocean Heart deck has to say for you, Virgo. I love this. This is perfect. Separate the difference between excitement and fear. These are very similar feelings when you're excited about something and when you're building something and getting the motivation. And then you could let fear creep in, right? And you're like, wait. And it's like literally like the same like dopamine hit. And here is my trick to you, Virgos. If this is your excitement, it'll come into your mind as a statement. What should I do about this situation? XYZ, this is going to happen for you. Boom. Right? If it's fear, it's going to be like, well, what if it doesn't work out? Question mark, question mark, question mark, right? You have to get in this space of like understanding what's coming through, because our minds are very powerful, very powerful. In fact, you should be putting your mind in a hammock and like your left hemisphere in a hammock, let it hang out and let your right mind flood through with this creativity, because that's where you're in the void of manifesting and creating things. And like, that's where you're getting those brilliant ideas. So making sure that you're using discernment and not letting fear rule the show for you this week, Virgo. All right. Love and light. Yeah, for everyone who's in the chat, I'll pull a card for you at the end too. Scorpio. Oh shit. Oh, I can cuss on YouTube. Haha, little confetti. All right, Scorpio, Sun, Moon, or Rising. What's going on, Scorpios? Actually, there's 3 Scorpios in the chat. Oh my God, see, listen. Scorpios in the house. All right, let's see what Scorpios need to know this week. I'm sure my mom is watching from her intuition, who's also a Scorpio rising. All right, here we go, Dave. The Knight of Cups. This is similar to the collective reading, right? This could be an offer coming. It could be a job opportunity. It could be something that's going to make you feel fulfilled, where you're like, oh, perfect. This is what I needed to move forward. I've been waiting on this, right? It's going to emotionally fulfill you. So it could be romance, but it could also be a job offer, job opportunity, something that's going to make you feel fulfilled, because I feel like Scorpios have been feeling a little bit drained. We'll say drained with the energy. So if you are working, Scorpio, you're being worked to the bone. If you aren't working, you're literally like bored to death. So like working in that energy of understanding, okay, everything can be extreme, right? You can have the pendulum on each side. So how do you balance out that energy within you? Yes, absolutely, Dave. Super stoked you're here. Okay, so this is interesting. So parental care, right? So when this card pops up, this is not a literal card for me. I think about this on like, how do you parent yourself? How are you stepping into your fullest potential to say, here are my boundaries. I'm working too much. Or here are my boundaries. I need to go get a job, right? Balancing the scales, very Libra energy, right? How are you monitoring yourself? And I think with that energy, that is what's going to balance things out, to give you the messages you need so you can see where you need to go, as opposed to feeling like you're stuck in a cage with a straitjacket. I don't know why that, like it's stuck in fear, suffering in silence. Okay. In addition to that, a strong current is ahead, so move in a different direction. Literally, okay? So this is saying, this is drawing boundaries, right? So not casting a wide net, expecting all these things to come in, being more strategic in where you're headed and what your goals are to move forward, because there's going to be some turbulence coming in this week, or it also could be excitement, right? Remember, using discernment between excitement and fear. But it's time to switch up your strategy and shake it up, right? Shake that peach tree, like let all the energy out, right? And move in a different direction. You thought you were going to grow peaches and sell peaches at the farmer's market, but now you're like, I'm going to make peach jam, right? Just little tweaks to move forward. All right. All right, let's see what's going on. Oh, I'm interested to hear about that, Dave. So last but not least, we have Gemini. And then after this, I'll pull a card for everybody in the chat who's chimed in, because you guys are here hanging out. All right, Geminis, Sun, Moon, or Rising. What's going on? Gemini. So I pulled the 7 of Wands for you. So this is interesting, because this is all about holding boundaries, right? Drawing the line, saying, wait a minute, I'm going to do this. If you don't do this, I'm going to cut your head off. I drew the line in the sand and you're creeping over it. And this is interesting because with Uranus and Gemini for the next 7 years, right? Retrogrades comes back. We need to draw boundaries, because with Uranus is traditionally like the Tower card, the upheaval, the unexpected, like expect the unexpected. And you're like, whenever I see Uranus doing a transit in my chart, I'm like, oh shit. It's kind of like when you see a black cat cross your path, that kind of feeling, right? So drawing your boundaries and making sure that you're holding your own in your space, and don't let anyone push you back to all of a sudden you're backed up against the wall. All right. Let's see what else the cards have to say for you, Gemini. Interesting. So I have the card that popped in, join in. So it's like joining in with joining the forces, right? Now that I'm thinking about this card, joining forces, but also being a leader, not a follower. Okay. Right? You can join and still be a leader and have, you know, your boundaries, but you don't need to be a people pleaser, because there's nothing worse than people pleasers. No offense if there's people pleasers watching this. It's just not a good energy to be in. It's a lower vibration. All right. So in addition, we have, very similar to Scorpio, a strong current ahead. So beware. So make sure you're moving in a different direction, making sure that you are joining in and you're not secluding yourself, but you're actually embracing the opportunity, but also holding your own inner sovereignty and your own boundaries. Yes, don't go where the path may lead you. Instead, make your own path and leave a trail. 100%, right? Being a leader. Be a leader. Don't be a follower. Our followers, what are we here on earth? What are we doing if we're not like creating something and moving forward? Who wants to sit on a hamster wheel their entire life and then just retire and just like rot away, right? Okay, let's see. So I'm going to grab another deck for the readings in the chat. Hold on. All right, I've decided to use a different tarot for everybody in the chat. Oh, I did not do a good job at timestamps. Oh, all right, that's all right. I forgive myself. All right, I'll just have to scrub through the video after it's posted, but the timestamps will be below. But so I'll pull cards for everybody right now, and then we will do a final collective for everybody. All right. Okay, so let's see. We'll see. Tammy, what's going on? Girly girl. Let's see what your card is for this week coming up. All right. So patience and planning. So this is indicating that you're working on something, or you need to be working on something that's going to pay off if you give the right patience, right? We all have good ideas, and sometimes we're like, oh, I'm going to do this really fast, and then all of a sudden we do it and it goes over like a lead balloon. This is indicating that, you know, patience and planning, like when you plant the seed, it takes time to germinate, to move things forward, right? And then the proper planning as you go. You don't have to have the business plan when you plant the seed. It's meant to manifest and unfold as you go, and trust that you have provisions available to you on the way, during the process. Okay, hold on, Bill. I got you. All right, Dave. Let's see what your card is for this week. All right. Okay. So your card is shadow. Okay, so this is working with the shadows. Like, we all have a shadow self within us. We have the light side and the dark side, right? The duality, the yin and yang, right? And so when this card pops up, it's showing that what inner work do you need to balance or do on yourself to balance out where you are going? Like, is there something that you maybe, you know, it's not your favorite thing about like where you're headed or whatever, but like shining light onto it and saying it's okay because I can move forward with this. Like, I can work with this energy, because you can't, like, we can't always be like all positive and all negative, right? So like the shadow side is kind of like the negative side, and the I guess would be the sun. I don't know, would be the positive side. just like a battery. So like tuning into that energy and understanding, like, don't be hard on yourself. Let things move forward as they will. And also, what are the little like micro movements you can do this week to tune in and fine tune more of like the positive things, right? I don't know how that resonates, but you have to let me know. All right. Let's see who's next. You're welcome, Tammy. All right. Bobby. Is Maria with you? I'll pull a card for her too if you want. Let me know. Oh, temptation. This is the devil card. Okay. Honestly, like, what is tempting you right now? Are you tempted to go out? Maybe you should go out and have some fun, and you're not letting yourself do that, right? And you're just tempted to like break out of the box. Maybe you're like working too much, or you're like feeling like you're I know you're a Scorpio. This again with the Scorpio reading is like suffering in silence, feeling like suppressed, like you just want to break out, right? It's very Scorpion energy, Scorpio energy, temptation in general, right? Scorpios have very shadowy sides in the depths. Out of all the water signs, I would say it's the deepest. Like still waters run deep. So wherever Scorpio is in your chart, but for you, you're a rising and your sun's in Scorpio. So you're a double Scorpio and your moon's in Libra. Okay. So let's see. Oh, that's awesome, Dave. I'm happy to hear that. That's awesome. All right. Okay. All right, Bill, let's see. That's a tough one with the cards because it's like location. So what I'll do is I will pull a card from this deck and we'll see what pops out of those locations in the artwork. Okay. Okay, so financial and material changes. So this is interesting. So this card says a lot, right? You have like the palm, right? And you have the wedding band, which is like into your heart space. Into your heart space, right? And then you have like your peace fingers that are more like activated in the fire energy. And then your thumb is in the heart chakra space. And then your pinky is in the throat chakra. Okay. So like tuning into, honestly, I don't think that the path has been decided for you. I think you could go any which way. You're going to have to think about what your action is when you get there. Are you driven by a home? Are you driven by like tuning into your marital path and your intuition? Are you driven by like the action? Or are you driven by where you need to speak your truth? Think about that. And then I'm sure we'll pull another card in the next show, 100%. But this is like, it's not decided. You're going to have to go back and rewatch that, honestly, because I don't even really know what I just said. So, all right. So I think I got everyone in the chat. Love it. Yeah, you have time. Yeah. All right. I'll pull a final card for the collective. The final. That's what my brother, we always say when we were in Europe, we're like, let's go get a final cocktail, like a final. Like, oh, I'm done. No final. So, okay, let's see what's going on. 2 cards popped out. Your heart is as vast as the ocean. So I love that. Getting into your heart space, out of your mind space. And you're exactly in the place you need to be right now, right? You're in the right place at the right time. I'm always in the right place at the right time, divine timing. So yeah, exactly. One for the road, Dave. Rock and roll. But yeah, so it's saying that we're all in the right place at the right time. We just need to calibrate the energy, transmute the energy that's craziness, transmute it into how do we move forward with the trajectory of what's in best alignment with our own hearts. So that being said, come back on Tuesday for the Love Forecast Show. And we're going to talk about love, and we'll do love readings for all the astrological signs. And I'm so happy for everybody who chimed in tonight. I really appreciate you guys. I'll catch you all in the next wave. Love and light. Bye.